And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Jaden McDaniels.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. They've got Daniel Gafford. Dunn is out there with Paul George. Then there's Embiid, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Jazz, we've got Jaden McDaniels. Kobe White is out there with Barrett. Then there's Scotty Barnes. And it's Holmgren in at the 5 down low. So, Greg, with the season winding down, a lot of what-ifs for the teams. What about players? Do they experience that as well?
You can't help but wonder what could have been if your team struggled, Kevin. Players are just like fans in that regard.
It's up a 3, and Joel Embiid pulls it down. George against McDaniel. Here's Embiid. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And some serious ingenuity from Leonard there. He sees the opening and then just makes the right read.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Barrett. Barnes outside. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up. Barrett, no good. And the Bulls with possession. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. He talked about the game plan for Joel Embiid. He told me Embiid might be the hardest matchup in the league. We just have to try to make things difficult on him and make him work for every point. We'll see if they're up to it, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Onside, Barrett. Knocked away. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. To the paint. Dunn, wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Jazz. Looking for their first basket of the game. Back to McDaniel. Shot clock at 5. Here's White. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. White against George. Leonard with a screen on White. George passes to Leonard. Back to George. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard.
And this is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. The Jazz, number 1.
Well, you have to praise their defense over the last month. They've been working as a team to put almost constant pressure on opposing offenses. Just terrific stuff.
White finds Barrett. Back to White. Down low, here's Barnes. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down the floor.
And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, Coach, have been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell, and they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
Jazz trail by 5. Barrett with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. Pass to Holmgren. Shoots the 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Now here's Leonard. Still scoreless. A nice shot by Embiid.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Barnes. After the made shot from Joel Embiid. Holmgren with a screen on Gafford. Good D by Embiid. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And the Bulls making a change here. Levine's checked in. White against George. Pass to Barrett. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Pass to Gafford. Outside, George. And it's off from three-point range. Utah trailing here. Barnes passes to Barrett. Barrett with a screen on George. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Levine with it. He's picked up by White.
Well, that was impressive. There are only a few players in the league who can pull that off.
You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. And Stan, a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
Leonard kicks to Embiid. Shoots over White. Embiid, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again. especially if the defense continues to concede it.
That's a nice dime from Barnes, showing he can break down the defense with his passing.
Here's Leonard, following the three-pointer by Utah. Back to Levine. Outside, George. Barrett against Levine. Shot clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. From deep, George. Rebounded by the Jazz. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Leonard. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. Embiid sets the pick for George. Drills it from outside. George has got 6.
And this offense relies on George's range to space the floor, and he is one of the best at it.
McDaniels, a screen on Leonard. Barrett, no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Holmgren with the steal. And now Utah, fast break. Barrett with the ball. Leonard picks him up. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
Now here's Embiid. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
George with the ball. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Houston. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. We'll take a look at the Bulls. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference.
Seeing where Chicago is, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long, and guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
We talk about the two-way abilities of PG-13. There it is, all in one sequence.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses. Utah's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. The kick out to Barnes. Here's Carrington, defended by George. Larkin in a screen on George from past the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Gafford. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Pass to Carrington. Outside, Markkanen. And the three ball is good. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient, high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Chicago making some changes. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for George. Here's Alexander-Walker. Pass to Embiid. They grab their own miss.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Utah Jazz.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
First free throw is good. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Leonard hits them both.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really help make an impact on that end.
Picked by Markkanen. Here's Carrington. Defended by Alexander-Walker. Pass to Carrington. Just 4 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Chicago grabs the miss. And stolen by Gordon. To the inside. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got 5.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Leonard against Gordon. Robinson misses.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Nobody near Leonard. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. He's got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Barnes. No scoring in this one. Here's Alexander-Walker. Pass to Leonard. Now Levine. Embiid wide open. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Come on. Joel Embiid. I mean, 7-footers are not supposed to shoot like that.
Gordon with it. It's tipped and stolen by Leonard. 1:10 left to play in the first quarter. From 11 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Now it's a 5-point Bulls lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Outside, Markkanen. And they get it. Chicago grabs the miss. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pass to Embiid.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
First trip to the line for him here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
I really don't think there's a more impactful player in the league. Even on nights when his stats don't show it, Embiid changes everything when he's on the floor.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Gordon, the pass to Markkanen. Here's Holmgren. With 1 on the clock, that one wide left. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Bulls ending the first quarter on a 12-4 run. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star, very difficult. So on the floor for Chicago to start the second quarter. They've got Dunn. Robinson is out there with Smith. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's George in at the point. Now here's LaVine. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Pass to George, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month. The Jazz second.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
Here's Barrett. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota. Pass to McDaniels. Markkanen a screen on LaVine. Here's McDaniels. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Takes a lot of control to hit that mid-ranger, and McDaniels has it.
LaVine passes to Smith. From deep, George. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Aggressive and physical. Barrett creating the contact there to draw the foul.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And here's George. 8 points for him. Outside, LaVine. Dunn looking over the floor. George, that's a 2-pointer. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. George has got 10.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Markkanen a screen on George. Barrett against George. Kicks it out to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Markkanen a screen on Dunn. Connects from 3-point range. White's got his second bucket of the night.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Robinson dishes to George. The 3. And rebounded by McDaniels.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Barrett setting a pick for White. Outside, Markkanen. Robinson with the block. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. George passes to Smith. Levine wide open. Trains the three-pointer. Levine's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Quick trigger there. Levine ready to shoot before the pass even reaches his hands.
There it finds White. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Boston Celtics.
And for that matchup against the Grizzlies, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And here's George after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now White after Zach LaVine missed from long range. And White kicks to Gordon. Sinks the triple. Gordon's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, he's not an elite three-point shooter, but Gordon makes just enough threes to be a threat from out there.
Robinson a screen on Barrett. To the middle. It's tipped. Bounce pass Robinson. Barrett against George. Robinson. Markkanen with the block.
Well, there's Markkanen putting his 7-foot frame to use with the block.
So for the Bulls, Embiid, he's checked in for Robinson. Daniel Gafford comes in for Jalen Smith. And it's Leonard in for Levine. Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Coach, you watch Markkanen, he's a perfect fit for today's NBA, isn't he?
Yeah, a big guy who can shoot the ball, Kevin. And look, he's learned to put the ball on the floor, go to the basket. He's a lot stronger than people give him credit for. This guy can really play the game.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Leonard finds Embiid. Oh, muscling it home, Embiid.
Domination, plain and simple. Embiid isn't holding back and is giving the defense all he's got.
Pass to Barrett. Back to White. For the three. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Inside, here's Leonard. And rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in this game. Done against Barrett. Pass to White. There's the three. Rebound by the Bulls.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
The free throw drops for Embiid. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him.
Right.
Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Now, here's Markkanen. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
And with the moment here, let's check out the numbers for McDaniels. Some good contributions, really, since the All-Star break. He's around 10 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
And the first one at the line is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Done outside. Pass to Embiid, and out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Pass to Dunn. And here's Embiid. Shoots over Markkanen. And another miss by Chicago. McDaniels passes to Barrett. Outside Gordon. Back to Barrett. Fires the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Barrett's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. He had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
Done outside. Leonard on the wing. George against Barrett. And Paul George with the three. George has got 13 points.
That's his third triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Mitchell Robinson.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Now here's Gordon. And they get some nice contributions from him. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. He is an all-world dunker, Gordon, with the monster jam.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's George. Outside Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
First one falls for him.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Chicago making some changes. Robinson's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Zach LaVine comes in for Chris Dunn. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for George. Jazz trail by 3. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything. and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. That one is off. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And here is Barnes. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Markkanen sets the pick for Gordon. 6 to shoot. Pass to Carrington. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Gordon. Robinson dishes to Levine, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. The Bulls in second.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Looking at the last game for the Jazz, it was a win against the Timberwolves at Target Center. Barnes, bounce pass. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Outside Leonard to the paint. Pass to Alexander Walker. Offensive rebound. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
He just knows where to go. Embiid positioning himself perfectly to get the putback.
Holmgren.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Here's Leonard. 10 points for him. Outside Levine. 1:53 left now here in the second. Pass to Embiid. Alexander Walker on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Launches it. Embiid, no good. Jazz trailed by 5. Barnes passes to Markkanen. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
And he gets it back. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game. Alexander Walker finds Levine. Over Gordon. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
One shot.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Down low, here's Robinson. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Barnes against Levine. Pass to Carrington. Now here's Holmgren. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Robinson with the block. He Here's Carrington. Here's the three. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Right side, Levine. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
Here's Holmgren. Not enough on that one as it misses. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Bulls. They're up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Joel, you've got the lead, so how do you build on that as the game continues?
Just keep being aggressive. And I thought we did a good job defensively, so we just got to keep being aggressive and making plays.
Hey, they always build off of their defense here. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
They better be grateful for their bench. The reserves are showing up in a big way.
The others you always talk about, big fella, taking some pressure off the starters here. All right, fellas, time to acknowledge the players of the week. In the Western Conference, and that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
The Bulls leading by 4. Barnes out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's Barrett. Then it's Kobe White. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. They host the Clippers after this game. McDaniels sets a screen for White. Barrett for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Barrett's got the first points of the second half here for the Jazz.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
And stolen by Barnes. The finish and the dunk by Barnes. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Holmgren with the steal. To the middle. Here's Barnes. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Leonard's got 6 rebounds in the game. Gafford kicks to George. Back to Gafford. Pass to Levine. 5 to shoot. Outside Leonard. Here's Embiid. Good D by Holmgren. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Barrett gets it to go.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Levine passes to Leonard. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's George. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Now here's White after R.J. Barrett's miss. And the dunk by Holmgren.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at Utah. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason.
And seeing where Utah is, their fans had high hopes for them this season, and they have not let them down. It's been a fantastic campaign thus far, and they really are set up perfectly for a deep run in the playoffs.
Now, McDaniels. Paul George missing from long range. McDaniels dishes to Barnes. Pass to Barrett. Over Leonard. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And those long arms and huge hands, Leonard has all the tools he needs to erase shots.
Bulls trail by 6. Now here's Levine. 8 points for him. Embiid with a screen on White. And here's George for 3.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
And it's sent back by Leonard.
And we're accustomed to seeing this out of Kawhi. One of the best defenders in our league.
Pass to George. Shoots over White. And it's George again missing.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
White against George. And White kicks to McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Utah. The shot misses. Excellent D there from George. Leonard on the wing. He's got 10. Pass to Embiid. Gafford with the ball. Back to Embiid. Can they get it? Rebound, Utah. McDaniels got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now Barnes. Covered by Gafford. Barnes passes to White. Onside, Barrett. Levine against McDaniel. To the inside, White. And White with the stuff.
Explosive move by White. Going right up to the rim.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. The Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. The Jazz, number 1. Number 5, the Bulls.
And you know, anytime you get these two teams together, it's going to be physical. Both of them really go after it on the backboard.
And so George will bring it up for the Bulls. Searching for that first bucket here in the 3rd. Here's Embiid. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Jazz.
Pass to Holmgren. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
All right, a chance to check out stats for R.J. Barrett. He's had an impressive second half of the season. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Come get it, come get it.
George up top. Barrett covering. Leonard the pass to Embiid. On the wing, George. For three. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And the rejection by Gafford. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the rejection by Holmgren. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. On defense, the Jazz. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Onside, Barrett. It's White on the wing. Barnes sets a screen for White. Clock at 6. The tray. It's all in by the Bulls. Gafford's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
White looking around. McDaniel sets a screen for White. Pass to Barrett. Fires the three. Chicago grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Dunn dishes to George. And here's Leonard. Now Dunn. Outside, George. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
White finds Holmgren. Barnes outside. Now here's White. Dunn covering. Outside, White. They could use a bucket. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And it's Dunn in the corner. Fires from deep. Barnes grabs the miss. Jazz leading by 6. Now White. He's got 8. Onside, Barrett. Holmgren sets the screen for Barrett. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
And the Jazz with some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Aaron Gordon in for McDaniels. And then for Chicago, Robinson's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Zach LaVine comes in for Dunn. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for George. Here's Embiid. He's got 18. Levine passes to Embiid. Outside Leonard. Jacks up a three. They get it back. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Robinson.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Now, here's Barrett. 19 points in the game. Levine for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Levine's got 11.
That pull-up from Levine, there's not much you can do to stop it.
Onside Barrett. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Here's Carrington, defended by Alexander Walker. Markkanen, good.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Leonard the pass to Levine. Alexander Walker with the ball. A three from Leonard. Another three for Chicago.
You see the competitor in Leonard matching the three from the other end.
Barrett against Leonard. Outside Gordon. Wide open. It's all in by the Bulls. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside Leonard. Pass to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner for the tie. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
The big fella, Embiid, making it look too easy.
Here's Carrington. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
One shot.
There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. Here's Carrington. Onside Barrett. And a miss there on the triple. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Leonard. Now here's Embiid for the lead. It's rebounded by Barrett. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. From downtown, kept alive, Gordon kicks to McDaniels. Gordon a screen, 6 to shoot, and it's Gordon with the finish.
Well, it's little things like that. Getting the offensive board and converting, that's what has elevated Aaron Gordon's game.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Chicago trailing. Outside Levine. Alexander Walker with the ball. Hasn't made one yet. Leonard. It's rebounded by Barrett. Utah has gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
And Chicago's shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. McDaniels against Leonard. Inside. Here's Embiid. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Embiid's got the game tied up here for the Bulls. What a performance from R.J. Barrett. He has been the story for Utah. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, that's great decision making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. They've got Paul George. Jalen Smith is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Dunn, and it's Levine in at the small forward.
Well, Gordon is known for his athleticism, and he loves rising up to throw it down.
Smith outside. Outside, Levine to take the lead. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And the Bulls lead by 1. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
White finds Gordon. Back to White. Holmgren sets the screen for White. 5 on the clock. Down low. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Bulls. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at Footprint Center in Phoenix. That will be the third of the 6-game road trip. Dunn misses. Utah shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Poked away and stolen by Dunn. Outside, George. Pass to Smith. For 3, Levine. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another thing they've really excelled at tonight is protecting the rim. Shooters keep getting their shots swatted away by this squad.
And it's sent back by White. Gordon dishes to White. Gordon with a screen on Dunn. White the pass to Holmgren. Gordon with it. It's stolen by Smith. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Levine's shot is off. Utah trailing here. Barnes kicks to White. Barnes sets a screen for White. Here's Gordon. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Zach Levine.
A strong forward. Gordon can overpower defenders.
Free throw good, Gordon. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. George passes to Smith. Outside, Levine. Lets it go from deep. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Levine's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, when he gets it going like he is tonight, Zach Levine is a nightmare to deal with.
Gordon with a screen on Dunn. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Gordon. And And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Well, when Gordon is on his game, he affects every part of the game at both ends.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Now, here is Smith. Lets the three fly, and there's Levine on the assist by Smith. Levine's got 23 points.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
And White kicks to Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Barnes outside. A three ball. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Down against Barnes. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his second foul of the game. Done outside. Smith kicks to George. Robinson sets a screen for George. 4 on the clock. Back to Smith. Shoots over Holmgren.
That length of Holmgren is such a tool on defense.
Misses the wing J. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
So for the Bulls, Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Robinson. Daniel Gafford comes in for Jalen Smith. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Dunn. Holmgren with the steal. Embiid with the steal. George finds Levine. Gordon against Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Good D by Holmgren. Utah leading. Barnes dishes to Gordon. Jazz passing it around. Markkanen from outside. Good on the triple.
And early on, Markkanen has demonstrated how efficient he is from that range. Have to run him off the line.
George passes to Leonard. Now Embiid, and they call an illegal screen here.
That's just sloppy. I mean, you can't lose control of the ball like that and let it get back across midcourt.
Yeah, but errors like that happen. The important thing is not to let them compound on you.
And the Jazz with some changes. McDaniels comes in for Gordon, and R.J. Barrett subbed in for Markkanen. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Able to listen in on Will Hardy's huddle with his team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. We've seen comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Embiid.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Outside, Barrett. No good from outside.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
George dishes to Levine. Leonard finds Embiid. Joel Embiid, too big.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
Holmgren with a screen on George. White goes in. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Back to Barnes. Takes the 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Onside, Barrett. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Bulls trail by 3. And here's George. Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Gafford, bounce pass. Outside, George. Levine for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Barnes sets a screen for White. From deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Leonard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Now, here's Barrett. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Outside, White. Back to Barrett. Pass to Holmgren. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Here's Holmgren. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Leonard against Barrett. For 3, Levine. Rebound, Utah. Now here's White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holmgren kicks to White. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Back to Levine. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Misses the baby hook. Jazz leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Embiid.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and boy, he plays with passion. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Bulls trail by 5. Outside, George. Embiid with the screen on White. To the paint, Holmgren with the steal. McDaniels passes to White. Leonard against Barrett. Here's Holmgren. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Holmgren's got 11 in the second half. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Here's Barrett after the Bulls pick up 2. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Levine. To the middle. Stolen by McDaniels. Inside. Out to White. Holmgren sets the screen for White. And here's Barrett. Guarded by Levine. The jump hook. Barrett, no good. And here's Levine who brings it up with the Bulls. Outside Leonard. George with the ball. White covering. Launches a 3. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Embiid against Holmgren. Right block shot. And Holmgren pulls it down.
Well, credit the defense there. Bothered him enough that he couldn't get it to go down.
Holmgren with a screen on George. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Nice D from Barrett. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Holmgren sets the screen for White. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gafford. Levine way outside. And another miss by Chicago.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And so it's Utah with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Chet Holmgren.